Browning with Music Mix Daily, and we are here at CRS, the Country Radio Seminar in Nashville, Tennessee, day one, and we have the pleasure, the extreme pleasure, Marty Brown.
Well, thank you for having me, Lesa.
Thank you for being
everybody
here.
Out there.
This is exciting. This guy is amazing, for starters, and you have an interesting story because you did a lot of stuff. Then you went on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, actually, I was on the MCA Records.
Right. For
in the 90s.
Like a lot of stuff.
And I did that. I became a star, but not a superstar.
Right.
And I toured for 10 years, did 8 videos for CMT. And then after 10 years, I'm like, well, I think I'm going to take a little break, and I'm going to just write the hit songs for them. So that's what I did.
Just write some hit songs.
So I did. So I wrote the song "I'm From the Country," and I like it that way.
Yeah.
And it went #1 for me. And I still get the check every 3 months. Thank you, Lord. It built my house.
Oh, nice.
So, and that's what I did. I started writing the songs for the other artists. I got Trace Atkins cut, Brooks and Dunn, but my biggest was "I'm From the Country," and I like it that way. Well, I thought I was fine. I was going to write these songs, and so I would come into Nashville. I live in Franklin, Kentucky, and I would make my demos, and I would drive out to Kentucky, and I would listen to them, and I'd tell my wife, I'd like, Blake Shelton would sound good singing that one, or George Strait on this one, or whoever. And she's like, Marty, you sound good singing that. I said, but they're demos. She said, you sound good. And I wouldn't listen to her. And so finally she took the ball in her own hands, Lesa. She tricked me and signed me up for America's Got Talent.
She signed you up.
She signed me up.
That's crazy.
She literally did.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, my wife was a school teacher.
Uh-huh.
And she went to school and to teach schools, and she called me from the road, and she says, Marty, we're going to go to Nashville and eat at America's. You ever eaten at Amerigo's?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I said, let's go, I'm game. So we drove to Amerigo's and had a romantic lunch. I had chicken fettuccine, it's the best. And so after we finished, I said, well, I may as well pitch a few songs. I'm in Nashville. She said, you can't do that today. I've tricked you, and I've signed you up for America's Got Talent.
Oh, I have like goosebumps.
I said, you
that.
did not. I said, she said, yes, I did. She drove me down here to the river.
Yeah.
And I went in a room of about 5,000 people.
Oh, my goodness.
And they let us in, Lesa, like cattle, 5 at a time.
Yeah.
I was number 3 in my group of 5. And I walked in and I sang a song by Bob Dylan that he wrote it called Make You Feel My Love.
Okay.
And I went in and I sang it. And then they didn't say nothing. They just kind of looked at each other. And then all 5 of us, my group, 5, started walking out the door. Well, they stopped me at the door. This big bodyguard said, you stay right there. I'm like, oh, what did I do? Something wrong? And so he said, no, you got to go back in. I'm like, oh, okay. So they took me back in. They're like, they had all the NBC producers, and they were like, we just want to hear you sing one more thing. Can you do it again?
Oh, my goodness.
And so I sang it again for them. And then one producer said, hold on a minute. They got the other producer and brought him in, sing it again. So I sang about 30 seconds of it. And they said, where's your wife? I said, she's downstairs circling the building like a hawk. They said, well, you better call her. You're going to be here a while. And so they let me out at about midnight.
Oh, my.
And they said, we're going to be contacting you. And about 3 months later, my wife got an email and 2 plane tickets for us to fly to San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, my goodness.
So we went out there, and I met the judges and Simon Cowell and all of them. And I remember I was on the stage getting ready to go out, and Nick Cannon was the host then. And I told myself, if I can, my wife, she was right there by me, give me a velvet push, And so I said, if I can make it out to that X, I'll be all right. So I went out there, and in the video, you see I stepped in that X, and I said, I'm Marty Brown from Franklin, Kentucky. I'm here to sing for you. And so they were a little taken back by me, I guess my cowboy hat. And so right before, so I turned around to sit on the stool to sing Make You Feel My Love. Well, there's a shot where Howard Stern is actually praying that I don't mess this Bob Dylan song up, So anyway, I sat down and I started singing. When the rain's blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case. And I had my eyes closed and the crowd erupted. Well, it shocked me and I opened my eyes up and they were all standing on their feet. Vegas, Vegas, Vegas.
My.
And so the judges sent me through. and we went. The next thing I know, we went to Vegas. Then we went to Hollywood. Then I went to New York twice. And the whole time I was doing these places, I had to learn a new term. It went viral.
Viral.
And my wife pulled it up the next day, and she said, "Marty, it's at 5 million views."
5 million views.
And I'm like, "Really?" She said, "You
first audition, 5 million views."
And she said, "Well, you went viral." I said, "Well, honey, I didn't know it was catching." She said, "Shut up, Marty." She said, "That means you're doing good." So we did that, and it got all the way up to 15 million views, and worldwide. And thank God for every one of them. I teased everybody. I said 14,999 of them is my mama at home on her little pink iPad watching.
Yeah.
No, but
that's awesome.
It went viral.
Yeah.
And it got the attention of Plowboy Records.
Yep.
Here in town.
Yep.
Shannon Pollard, he's Eddie Arnold's grandson. And we made my new record. It's coming out May the 17th. It's called American Highway. And the first single, you've heard of it. You got an early copy.
Yeah. There are some perks to working in media.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a nice little streaming link.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Did you like Umbrella Lovers?
I love it. It's lovely. I can't. Everybody will have to get it. By the time you hear this, it might almost be out. It's coming out in a couple days, right?
Yes.
A couple days.
Yes, it will be February the 18th.
February the 18th. Yeah, Umbrella Lovers. It's lovely.
Well, I wrote the
really
song
nice.
about me and my wife. And,
I was going to ask that. That's
God
nice.
blessed me with the title, Umbrella Lovers. And the idea in the song is there's this couple, and they're in the big city, and they're walking in a pitchfork rain. You know what a pitchfork rain is?
I'm guessing it's when it hurts.
No. That's when you ever seen a table fork that you eat with? The prongs, the spaces in between those. Well, a pitchfork rain is when the rain is the raindrops are that close, as close as the prongs on a fork.
Got it.
Well, so this couple, and they're in this big city walking in this pitchfork rain under this umbrella, and it's pouring down, terrible day. They're walking through the puddles, and they could care less because they're so in love and so enamored with each other, and that they're just walking, and it's really, the lyrics go, sidewalking with my baby down on the boulevard. The clouds, they are crying. It's coming down hard. We're cuddled up close, baby, high and dry, as another perfect rain's falling from the sky. Just a couple of umbrella lovers. Our hearts were made for days like this. Just a couple of umbrella lovers caught in a kiss.
So nice.
Thank you, Lesa.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I like everything about it. I like everything about you.
You know, it's like
It's
a spring.
great.
It's got a springtime bounce to it, and I didn't realize that until I recorded. And it's coming out in the springtime, and everything. The thing about spring is everything's new again, you know, and that song is really fresh.
Yeah.
And it's sing alongable. I like to listen to it in my truck.
Yeah.
But
It's nice.
And I got a video to go with it.
Oh, good.
We filmed the video in Orange Beach, Alabama.
Oh, nice.
And in the video, I did one video years ago, and I swore it's a song called "It Must Be the Rain." And in the video, they made it rain with a fire truck hose, and they drenched me. And Lesa, I told myself, if I'm never going to write another song about rain.
Oh, rain.
But then I wrote Umbrella Lovers.
Yeah.
Well, but I got around having to get the fire truck, because in Umbrella Lovers, I wrote the treatment. Well, my wife, who was on America's Got Talent with me, she's an actress in it.
Oh.
She plays a waitress, and she brings me an umbrella drink with an umbrella in it.
Oh.
And she sets it down at my table, and I've got my laptop. I'm trying to think of something to write. And I see the little umbrella, and I pull it out of the drink, and I kind of twirl it around. I set it down, and I type Umbrella Lovers, and this is the video.
Yeah.
And then it starts out. And then when it gets to part of the chorus, well, that's when there's these two young lovers down in Orange Beach, Alabama, and they're sitting underneath these beach umbrellas.
Oh, cute.
And it's really awesome.
I like
really,
that.
yeah.
That's so sweet.
The video matches the song.
Yeah.
And so you asked me if I could be any happier. If I wouldn't be any happier if I had me a bowl of Cheerios with bananas cut up in it right now. No.
I love it.
That's my favorite. I love
That's awesome.
I love Cheerios, not Honey Nut, but regular Cheerios,
straight up
with
Cheerios.
bananas. And
With bananas.
you put that in front of me, that and a hit record, I'd be happy.
There you go. Well, I think you can have both. I'm pretty sure that can be done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I've done it before. You got to watch me. I'll find a possum under a rock. That's what I did with "I'm from the Country" and I like it that way.
Yeah.
That one there's just when you write a song like "Umbrella Lovers" or "I'm from the Country" and I like it that way. As a writer, of course, you have to make money,
Yes.
to pay the bills and pay your house off and stuff. But to me, with writing a hit song, it's kind of like I'll say it's a double-edged sword, but not a hurting sword. It's a velvet sword because it's good. You also get the pleasure of having somebody, like just outside these curtains a while ago, somebody come running up to me and they're singing, "We know how to work and we," you know it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. "We know how to work and we know how to play." Sing it. "We're from the country. Like it that way." I put her on the spot.
Yeah, you did.
But you know the song though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so it's a double-edged velvet sword because you get the pleasure of these hit songs. What it would be, they kind of get in somebody's heart or their mind, and like it's kind of like they're waving your flag. And yeah, man, I like that. They like it so much that they remember it.
Yeah, that's awesome, though. You bring so much pleasure.
And I'm hoping that Umbrella Lovers
will do the same thing.
It gets in your skin, and so y'all be watching for it.
I know. So tell us where to find you on social media. So
Yeah, well, you can go to www.martybrownmusic.com, or you can go to the Facebook page, Marty Brown, or you can Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm all over.
All right.
But before I was on America's Got Talent, I didn't have none of that stuff.
Right?
That was a requirement if you're going to be on America's Got
gotta
Talent.
have social media.
And next thing I know, I probably got about 500,000. Between them all, there's about 500,000 people following me.
That's awesome.
So, and
we'll
I'd like
find
to.
a few more.
I'd like
with
to
this
thank
new
you
song.
guys, and thank you, Lesa.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure.